Hello, hello. Welcome back to She Works It Out. If you're here again, congrats. You survived episode 1. And if this is your first time, grab a snack, get comfy and prepare to laugh, cringe and maybe shout same at your phone. Today's episode is called The Confidence Costume because let's be real, sometimes confidence feels like something we have to wear, not something we have. Like that blazer you throw on when you don't know what you're doing, but you want to look like you do, or that lipstick that makes you feel just brave enough to join the Zoom call. So the confidence isn't something you born with. It's something we try on, we adjust and slowly grow into it. And let me tell you, I have tried it all. The power poses, the fake it till you make it mantra, and the coffee fueled pep talks in front of bathroom mirror. Yeah, those ones. So today I'm going to tell you a few stories of mine where I looked confident on the outside, but internally I was screaming. So let's get into those. So my first one is the interview where my confidence was sponsored by caffeine. So picture this. I am 23, sweaty palmed, standing outside a fancy building where I have this interview, right? And I Googled how to sound confidence in an interview so many times that my browser suggested therapy. I walked in, smile, too big and pretended to be the chillest version of myself. And inside, I was full tornado. The interviewer asked, "What's your biggest strength?" And my brain, it was saying snacking. And my mouth said leadership. And the truth, I led nothing but maybe a group project that no one cared about. But then, wait, I remembered something. I was a school monitor in most of my school year, and I was hostel prefect in my college years. So yes, I did organize events. I made duty charts, and yes, once I even made 20 girls do their laundry after a power cut. So I straightened up and leaned in, and I said, actually, I led several student teams. I have had practice managing kiosk and being the calm voice when stuff goes sideways. And just like that, I wasn't pretending anymore. I had been a leader. I just hadn't realized it, So the lesson here is confidence doesn't mean you know everything. It means you believe that you will figure it out and that you already have more experience than you actually think. My next story is about that Zoom call where my camera turned on too soon. Yeah, I'm sure many of you may have experienced this. Those pandemic days, sweatpants, coffee breath, and the surprise video calls. Yeah, so one time I thought I had few more minutes before this client Zoom call. I was still, very comfy in my robe. I was munching cereal and suddenly, click, my webcam was on. And there I was, crumbs on my chin, hairs were all messy like, bird's nest. And my client blinked, I blinked, we both pretended it didn't happen. I clicked the camera off button as fast I think I time traveled. But instead of spiraling, I sent a follow-up message. I said, yes, I owe a more professional outfit next time and maybe a less crunchy breakfast choice. And she replied, we all have been there. I wore pajama pants to our last meeting. So that was a relief. We laughed, we bonded, we got work done. So the lesson there is the real confidence comes from grace, and it includes grace, and the ability to laugh when life throws a curveball or your face shows uninvited. Okay. My next story is about the panel talk where I forgot my own name. So I got invited to this panel to speak there, really fancy, and I was so happy and excited. I wore heels, I practiced talking slower, I even made my bullet points on paper like, intellectual grown-up people. So the host introduced me. I stood up, I smiled, I grabbed the mic and I said, "Hi, I am me? I mean, Sonal?" Yup, I forgot my own name. Nailed it. I paused. Everyone stared at me. I could have crumbled, but instead I made an instant joke. I said, "That's what happens when you skip your second coffee." An audience laughed. I relaxed. And from that moment on, I owned the room. Afterward, people came to me, not because I said brilliant things, but because I seemed real. So I would say the confidence isn't about being flawless. It's about staying standing, even when your brain hits the reboot button. So here is what helped me grow confidence without needing a fake persona. So the first one, I would say, wear what makes you feel powerful, not what Pinterest says. So if your power outfit is a bright lipstick or that blazer over a pajama, live your truth. That's absolutely okay. Second, I would say speak even if it's messy, because stumbling over your point is still braver than saying nothing. Third, I would say look people in the forehead. Yep, that gives the impression that you are making the eye contact. Fourth, I would say laugh at yourself out loud, because confidence blooms every time you skip the spiral and choose to chuckle. And last but not least, always remember your highlight reels. You have done awesome things. Write them down, keep the list handy, and it will give you a lot of confidence. Okay. So here is a truth bomb. Most people you think are confident, they are just good at pretending until it becomes real. Confidence is a habit, not a mood. It shows when you do, sweaty palms and all. Yeah. So next time when you walk in a room feeling like an imposter in eyeliner, just remember, everyone else is probably too busy wondering if their breath is okay, or if they brought the right presentation, or if their shoes looks good. So just relax. Stand tall. Speak soft or loud, but speak. Keep showing up. That's most important. Keep showing up. And here is my ask for you this week. If you relate to any of this story, share this episode with someone who faked confidence in a presentation or a pajama Zoom call. Hit that subscribe button so that we can have this messy, magical, motivating thing going. And if you got a story, a confident win or a glorious fall, I would love to hear it. DM me on Insta. Here is the handle. Or email me your story. This is the email address. Who knows? It might be on my next episode. Until next time, wear your costume wear your confidence costume with pride. Whether you are in powerful heels or bunny slippers, it still counts. The confidence costume. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.